way legal board meetings work. All these rules we're following are the way we're designated to operate as a board. And we're trying to do that and listen to you at the same time. Now, our alternative is going to be, if all of this keeps going, we adjourn for the night and we take up this matter another time. If that's what you want and you're not interested in hearing what we have to say, we're going to make the decision. You're not. You really should be interested in what we might have to say.
Thank you.
Maybe you have friends up here and you don't know.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's what exactly I'm saying. Just one person opinion, don't react, please. Listen to everybody.
Yes.
Could we put the signs down? We know you don't want cell towers and let us talk.
Maybe I'll see.
So I had a few questions that I wanted to ask to a couple of clarifying questions. And this came up during some of the discussion about the measurements of how much RF radiation the cell towers would have in the measurement. And there was one point was, well, adding this one additional tower is going to add more to it. Was that part of the calculation? Did you calculate, was it cumulative of all potential cell towers on Lynbrook?
Yes, all the calculations are cumulative of all 4 at Lynbrook and both at Cupertino.
Yeah, and it was assuming they would all be turned on.
At full power.
Yeah, thank you. That was. And I had another question that when a cell phone is on, it's radiating, right? I mean, if it's on, it's not just talking, but if it's on, isn't it always sending a signal?
It sends a signal periodically to let the network know where it's located.
Right.
It'll work harder if you're sending data or voice.
Right. So how periodically is that, like once every 5 minutes or more frequent than that?
I believe it's more frequent than
Like
that.
seconds. And then the last question I had was about uranium and getting maybe too technical, but that's not part of electromagnetic radiation, right? Uranium is not part of the electromagnetic. I'm trying to think back in my high school. I didn't go to one of our high schools. If I did, I would probably know the answer to that.
You're correct. It is not part of that spectrum. It is decaying energy, decaying matter that gives off energy from its decay as it's moving to lower states. It's not radio frequency energy. It's not on the spectrum.
Oh, and then I had one more question. So the point about the center point was Bollinger and Blaney. There's a little shopping center there. It used to be where Tintin's was, and now there's a drugstore, CVS or something. Was that site considered? And you may not know what.
I have no idea what it is.
Yeah.
Just show me the wall. Why are you
So I don't know how. Well, I don't know how else to describe it. But it's anyway. There's an intersection, and then there's a little strip mall on one of the corners of that intersection.
We can show you the map.
Yeah, there is. It's a very small strip mall. What's that? Okay.
I'm familiar with that little area. It was called the Tintin Market. There's actually a couple of carriers there that there's absolutely no room for any kind of equipment whatsoever, nor is there any room to put up a pole or a tower.
So, okay, thank you.
I mean, I didn't look at that one for this ring, because this isn't even in that ring. I just happen to know about that area for other carriers that I've worked for in the past.
Okay, thank you.
I just want to make a couple of comments, and not my final ones, but for those of you that assume that money was the basis of this decision, I couldn't tell you more that it's not. We are blessed to live in a community where you give a lot back to us. We're funded decently by our property taxes and operate on a $100 million budget. $3,000 a month is not a big deal. And it certainly is, and I think, the motivation of anyone on this board, any staff member. My major motivation in this whole thing, and I'm still deliberating, is to have a consistent communication system that helps us in emergencies. And I tell you that, you heard the young man talk about the day that the shooter was at the quarry. I too, in my neighborhood, was affected. And I know the importance of being able to communicate, know where your family is, know where you can come and go safely, how you should do that. And it isn't the first emergency that we've had as a district. We are very, very concerned about having a system in this community in which we live, the Sunnyvale, Cupertino, San Jose area, that we can count on good communication in emergencies. That is my number one priority. And it's based on that I'm thinking about this decision, and I'm not totally there yet. But let me comment that I'm struck on one hand by the fact that you were offered a chance to provide documentation, and we have literally nothing in front of us. We've seen a lot of documentation. That was what we were looking for, was information that really provided the case. You all have many important degrees and credentials to speak to this, but what we wanted to do was read some of it, see where you're gleaning your information. So I'm kind of struck by the fact that I sit here without further documentation. I'm also struck, however, by the fact that I'm not totally satisfied with the Verizon answer about this. How is there an equally good spot for these towers? And I thought, you know, we could understand far more in what those specific choices were, because I have to tell you that my choice would be not to have cell towers on our campuses. And if we can provide a system in this community that is thorough and complete without being on schools, I'd be the first to sign up.